we are going to talk about why you should stop neglecting your health and start prioritizing it because you deserve it. Examples of what neglecting your health could look like are skipping meals, not moving enough in the day. And on the flip side, overextending yourself, improperly training, which could lead to injury, going beyond healthy limits for drug and alcohol consumption. If there are even healthy amounts of that, going beyond healthy limits for food and drink consumption, phone usage, consumption of anything really. There are healthy limits for all of these things. Neglecting to explore where those limits and boundaries are could be a form of neglecting your health. Not seeking medical attention, not taking preventative care, not moisturizing or sunscreening, not wearing proper protective equipment, improper or inefficient hygiene, overworking, undersleeping, and just continuing to let any physical or mental issue go undiagnosed or untreated. This is your sign to take care of yourself now, whether you're 17 or 70. I'm 28, and I've been putting off chronic and increasing back pain for over a decade now. It exists from years of improper form in the way I go about my work and recreational activities, long periods of extreme activity followed by long periods of sedentary living, not setting any boundaries for myself, and continuing to not do anything about it until now, which is why I'm making this video. I'm finally feeling so much better physically, mentally, emotionally, on so many levels. I want to be able to share that feeling with other people, hopefully get people to take action for themselves. So why do people neglect their health? What brings them to it? Maybe people have a high pain tolerance or a high tolerance for discomfort. People don't listen to the signals their body is trying to communicate. Even more common probably is that a lot of people have been let down by the healthcare system, medical professionals, doctors, insurance companies, maybe undergone treatments that didn't work or didn't really make a difference. People neglect their health maybe from a lack of time or money, laziness, bad habits, ego, feeling like they're invincible, feeling like it's too late or a natural part of aging. Or maybe they were programmed to minimize pain or discomfort and brush mental health to the side through the conditioning of their upbringing and the people around them and what they're consuming. Media is what I'm thinking, but it could be in the form of anything. These are all excuses. And yes, I take ownership of being guilty of every single one of these things at some point in my life. I am not a medical professional. This video is just based on my observations and my own experience. A lot of these things I'm mentioning are common sense, but sometimes you just need to hear it several times or in a different way for it to really register. Wherever you are on your health journey, here's why you should do something about it now, especially if you're already experiencing some effects. You don't want it to snowball into a bigger problem, or you don't want it to become a problem if it isn't already. You don't want your symptoms and your habits to become more severe and more ingrained, I guess, and start affecting larger areas, more areas of your mind and your body and your life. If you start now, your recovery time or the time it'll take to create any change will be the shortest it will ever possibly be. It's safe to say that the longer you've been in pain or discomfort, the longer your recovery process will probably look like. The longer you wait to address your symptoms or your observations or your habits, you're likely extending the time it'll take to reverse any damage or fully heal, if that's even possible. Which brings me to my next point. You don't want to get to the point of irreversible damage. By taking care of your health now, you're raising your chances of a full recovery. Whereas the longer you wait, the higher the risk is for irreversible damage. Now is also probably the cheapest it will cost for you to take care of these issues, habits, injuries, whatever you want to call it. Waiting will probably lead to a longer recovery time, more severe complications, requiring a more rigorous treatment plan, which usually means requiring more money. This is probably the most impactful one for me. We may not have a choice in the future. Hopefully right now, you're in a position where you can actually choose to do something about your health. You don't want to wait until you're in a position where you are forced into medical care because you've neglected your health for so long and some crazy invasive treatment is your only option. Let's not get there, right? And just to loop it into the environment really quick. I read somewhere that how we take care of the environment is how we take care of ourselves. I care about the environment and I do my best to give back to it. Pick up litter, take care of my plants, give it love, water it, make sure it's nourished, fertilize it, whatever it needs. Why don't we do that with ourselves, you know? Why don't we treat ourselves the way we treat the people and the environment around us with love and care and respect? I feel like I sound like an annoying mother or something. I just want to say that that's not the point of this video. And the point of this video is not to instill fear or anxiety, like health anxiety or something. No, I just want to inspire preventative action and inspire a better relationship with yourself. To backtrack on my excuse about the whole healthcare system screwing everyone over, if you can relate to that. I genuinely empathize with you. It's frustrating to not get help financially from the insurance companies, physically from healthcare professionals. And it really is a huge energy suck to go through all the paperwork and the phone calls and the email exchange and try all these different treatments and medications, approaches, only to find out, oh, the insurance company doesn't actually cover this, or they provided wrong information. Or, oh, they can't really help me at all. Or this treatment actually is not doing anything at all. It is disappointing to go from doctor to doctor, waiting forever between appointments, only to get there and for them to give you some surface level copy and paste, usually band-aid solutions that don't actually identify the larger issues that you're going through. Yeah, I get it. And I know that there are so many people out there that have it even harder than anything that I just described. My heart goes out to all of those people. It sucks. And it's like, what can you do? Here's what you can do. Because despite all of this, I don't think you should give up, especially if you're going through an injury or even like something minor that could turn into something bigger. Know that there are other options. That next phone call or that next Google search can be a different solution that actually works for you. So here are some tips on how to go about not giving up and actually prioritizing your health. Tip number 1, cliche, but do people actually listen when given the advice to keep an open mind? Because you've had some negative experiences with healthcare professionals and medical services, it's super easy to lump them all into the unhelpful, waste of time, disappointment, waste of money category, whatever it may be. But because I've finally gotten some good treatment, I've learned that there's hope. Try to put those disappointments behind you and use them to further clarify what exactly you're looking for, what you want, and build that muscle of recognizing when something's not right or not worth it. So you can just quickly move on, look for greener pastures, and get closer to one that actually works. Tip number 2, until you find practitioners that you trust and feel good about, be proactive on your own. You shouldn't wait till you find the right person to work on yourself. It sounds like dating advice or something, but it's true and can be applied to your health. Yeah, be proactive on your own. Practice listening to your intuition, building a relationship with your body and your brain, and taking note of what it's saying. What is it really actually saying? What does the brain need? What does your body need? What do you need? This is important so that when you do find the right people, the right doctors, the right healthcare professionals, you can be thorough with communicating to them what's going on. The more details you have about yourself, the better that they can help you. Be as specific and as elaborate as you can be. That all comes from good listening. Even details that seem unrelated may be important to the relevant pain or the relevant issue, because our systems are all connected in some way, shape, form, directly or indirectly, in ways that we may not know. For example, I found that my lower lumbar issues could have an effect on my dry eyes, poor circulation, fatigue, which is why it's so helpful to talk to someone who has studied this professionally, went to years of school to educate themselves so that they can tell you about it. Anyway, it's all connected. It's all integrated, which leads me to my next tip: to recognize the good doctors. What I found from my experience is that good doctors will demonstrate their knowledge in the way our health and our bodies and our minds are integrated. They have a more holistic approach to healthcare and will see the body in all its parts as a whole. They will take the time to share in layman's terms how it works, how it's all connected, and what affects what in your unique body and situation, and why they've decided on a specific treatment plan for you based on the information you've shared and based on x-rays and tests and all of their fancy equipment, which is another reason they have access to all of these cutting edge technologies that are only getting better to get a good measure of what's going on. Technology is a tool in this case. Good doctors will be transparent with you and will want you to understand what's going on, why, how it all works. So keep looking until you feel seen and heard and understood and genuinely cared for by whoever you entrust with your health. This tip might be an unpopular opinion, but pay out of pocket if you need to. This is what I'm currently doing because I'm living that nomadic life. Yes, I'm digging myself a small hole of debt. I'm doing that emotionally. It hurts a little bit. I'm justifying these expenses for the reasons I mentioned before. I've come a long way to finally trust myself, to know when to trust the docs and trust that it will all pay off in priceless ways, like a more optimized body and mind, higher energy to be more efficient, to make that money back, having greater mental clarity. These are all priceless to me. I believe that they have a trickle, ripple, butterfly effect, creating new habits, healthy habits, to replace the bad ones that correlate with neglecting your health. At the end of the day, I can make the money back, but I can't go back in time and take care of my health. So the time is now. That is all, my friends. Take what you want from this video. Again, I'm not here to be a mom, tell you what to do. Here to inspire you, because I want the world to be better. And I think it starts with yourself. If you take anything from this video, I hope that you take a moment to do something kind for yourself. Now is the time, people. Now is the time. Now's the time. Now's the time. Thanks for listening. I love you. Appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful day.